team. Welcome back to the Mosaic Podcast. This is the podcast where we place the pieces of life and business intentionally, one mosaic piece at a time, to create something extra, not ordinary. I am Arzu, I'm your host, and it is so good to be here with you today. This episode is a little bit of a special one. It is almost like a celebration of the year 2025. We are coming towards the first season of me launching this podcast. And today's episode, I called it What This Year Taught Me About Being a Strong Woman. And wow, right? I mean, when I tell you this year has stretched me, cracked me open, rebuilt me, expanded me, and forced me to meet myself at a deeper level than ever before, I think. And I really mean it when I say this to you. Because this year taught me strength in every possible dimension. I mean, strength in my health, strength in my motherhood, strength in my business, strength while building apps, strength through grief, strength through love, and strength through the moments where I didn't know what the next step was going to be, but I took it anyways. So today, I really want to walk you through the 5 biggest lessons this year taught me about being a strong woman, and the lessons I know that you have lived in your own way too, because you keep listening, you keep showing up to this podcast, and you're listening to my words, and I know you do, because the data is showing me that you do. And thank you for doing that. And that also shows that you have gone through your biggest lessons this year and came out stronger than ever at the end. Okay, so I want to acknowledge you too in this episode. So let's go get it right into it though, right? The first lesson that comes to mind is that strength is built in quiet moments and not the loud ones. I mean, this year, when I talk about this, right? This year taught me that strength isn't in this huge breakthroughs that we get, right? It's in the early mornings. It's when you wake up before the sun, when you roll out your mat and show up whether you feel like it or not. Strength is in the discipline and the routines that you follow and the devotion to your practices. Strength is also in the softness, like the moments where I cried in my car, right? The moments where I prayed for clarity for my mom, for my kids, like for my path. Like the moments where life felt so heavy and I still whispered, right? Get up, Arzu, and one more step. That is strength. So that is a huge lesson, okay? So lesson number 2 is about motherhood. The motherhood is its own kind of a warrior game. It's a different type of a training that you follow, right? If you're a mom, and my kids are older now, but as they get older, their problems get bigger too. and you know this, motherhood stretches a woman in ways nothing else ever will, right? And this year, really watching my kids grow, navigating their challenges, stepping into their future, watching my daughter chasing her dreams of becoming a doctor, medical doctor, right? Watching Brock, my son, stepping into adulthood, taking the car to school, right? It reminded me that strength is also not being perfect, right? Strength is continuing to love and support and to show up and to lead, even when like you're exhausted, even when you are scared, even when you don't have all the answers. Because motherhood really taught me that resilience is the love, right? And love is motion. It's an act. It's an action verb. So that's a big lesson. And then lesson 3 is about building businesses and building and okay, hold on. So lesson 3 is building businesses and building yourself are the same journey. I mean, think about this for a minute. I wrote this down, right? This year really for me was the year of building apps, building systems, building teams, building a vision, building a future that I can feel it in my bones. That's going to be like so solid. And I'm laying that foundation. But do you know that what entrepreneurship taught me is that you cannot build something strong externally until you build something strong internally. Because every time I wanted to give you on the tech, right? Every time the cloud functions broke, every time the AI didn't work the way that I wanted it to work, every time I looked at my screen and questioned myself, like, oh, gosh, like, what is broke again? And then I remembered, right? Strong women do not stop. They adapt, right? Every adaptation made me stronger this year. That's huge. I mean, this is like a huge lesson this year. So lesson number 4 is about grief. And this is a big one. I mean, the lesson is you can grieve, but you can grow at the same time. This year was so difficult for me in this lesson, right? Because I walked through the fear with my mom's health. I didn't know if my mom was going to make it. And that was one of the hardest things that I had to deal with. And I we're still walking through this journey together, right? And I walked through this uncertainty this year. And I walked through the moments where the thought of losing her made my knees like so weak. And yet this year taught me something so powerful, right? Even in those difficult times, I was flying to Turkey, and even before I flew to Turkey, I knew that my mom was going through a difficult time. And I knew that things were gonna be difficult. And I started this journey with podcasting. And I said, you know what? I do need to batch my episodes because there will be times that I will not meet. I won't be able to record. So I batch recorded so many episodes ahead of time, right? And that was one of the hardest things because I made this commitment and I knew that if I could help even one person, the podcasting to me is nothing about business, really. It's really about teaching people how to think and how to make progress in life and really reach out that one person and pull them up, right? And this year, right, it taught me like strength is not pretending that you're okay, right? You can grieve the hardest things and still rise through it all. you can still make it work. So strength is letting yourself feel and still choose to move forward anyways. So that's a huge lesson. And I'm sorry that I kind of lost it a little bit here, but it was really something big that I really shaped me and challenged me this year. And lesson number 5 is love really makes you stronger, not softer, right? This year taught me that love is not weakness. Love is not fragility, right? Love is not dependency. Love is the very energy that strengthens your power. I mean, my husband supporting my podcast editing, my kids cheering me on. While I was gone, they were, supporting each other, my team believing in my vision, my friends supporting me, my listeners, you walking this journey with me. I mean, it is really love is a field that made me brave, right? Love is so important, and continue to love the people, right? Because that will give you in so much in return. That's all makes everything possible. It's love is strength. Okay, so when I put all these pieces together, like the yoga practices, the tears, the innovations, the breakthroughs, the motherhood, the grief, the love, the discipline, the failures, so many of them, the wins, and they all created yet a mosaic of strength. Because a woman or a man who is still growing, still evolving, and still rising is a mosaic of strength. And that is who you are. That's who we are in this episode. So now I cannot end an episode without affirmations. And I have an episode dedicated for what I'm thinking about the direction is going to be with these affirmations. Okay, that is coming up. But today's affirmations for this episode is: you are stronger than the moment you are in. You rise even when no one is watching you. You are becoming a woman you once prayed you to become. Your strength is in the quiet and not the loud. You are safe. You move steady and you are unstoppable. You are built for this life. You are designed for greatness. You are strong. You are strong. Now take a deep breath and own who you are becoming. All right, team. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you for walking this journey with me in 2025. Every episode is a labor of love here. Okay, every affirmation, every mosaic piece, we grew together this year. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to this episode. Subscribe to this podcast. There will be a lot more. We are going to be going into season 2 in the new year. Okay, follow me. Please please subscribe, please share. Okay, let's create our memory letters. It's like magic, right? Let's create the magic. Continue to create it. Here in the safe space. I love you. And now take your strength into this week. I am out. Until next time.